Hi dancers, Jess here. Today I want us to talk about what to do if somebody tells you to lose weight. So as dancers, this is certainly something that we will face at some point, often, in our careers, or even as students, or as you're working towards a professional career. For some dancers, it's something that you're faced with on a somewhat more regular basis, because even though it sounds a little crazy, there are definitely ballet companies out there that still have weekly weigh-ins or monthly weigh-ins or things like that, where they're constantly checking up on your weight and reassessing. Now, I think it's important for you to know that the number on the scale has very little to do with how your body actually looks. You will find, especially as you get older, that with fluctuations in that number, you may not see huge changes in how you look, or you may see sometimes you're looking better even at a higher number. So my number one tip for you, if you are told to lose weight, is to not be reliant on the number to see the changes that whoever told you to lose weight was talking about. I would say, as far as responding to that feedback, you would say, okay, thank you for letting me know, and then move on. There's nothing really that you're necessarily going to be able to gain from that person telling you they think that you need to lose weight. If it's a company position and they're telling you that, and they're telling you that your job is in danger, then obviously it would be useful to ask for more information, especially if you know that maybe your weight hasn't changed. I think sometimes artistic staff in ballet companies use weight as a sort of scapegoat, something to blame for not casting you in something or for not hiring you again. And that may or may not actually be true, which is very unfortunate. And that's a big part of why I think you should, as much as possible, not let that feedback impact you in a huge way. If somebody tells you that they think you need to lose weight and you agree, or you're concerned that your weight is impacting your ability to get a job, and you think that it could be healthy at your height to change your body from what it currently is, then that's the time that you might seek out further support in reaching those body goals. And I work with dancers obviously through the Dancer's Best Body program, but also one-on-one. So if it's a period of time when the Dancer's Best Body program is not enrolling and you think you need help in losing weight or making positive shifts to your eating plan, if you do think that there's room for improvement there, reach out to me, because I would love to work with you one-on-one. If I'm not the right person for you to work with, then find somebody who you trust to continue to work with, because I think that you'll see a big positive shift if you start to work with somebody who understands the unique pressures that dancers face. I think it's very useful as well to know when you feel that you're being told advice in an unhealthy manner, or someone's asking you to lose weight when you feel that you wouldn't be able to dance well at a lower weight, or you wouldn't be able to perform at your best at a lower weight. Just weighing less is oftentimes not the answer. You know, a lot of the time, I would say it's better for you to then, if you feel that you're healthy, if you feel that you're doing your best with food and your body, and somebody tells you they think you need to lose weight, maybe you're not at the right company. Maybe it's not a fit for you. And the best advice there would be to start to audition elsewhere. Start to find a place that is more supportive of different body types, which I do hope will more and more become the case in ballet and in the dance world. But I know that it's moving very slowly based on what I hear from my clients who are currently in the professional world and currently in the pre-professional world. Unfortunately, there's not a ton of companies who are saying, oh yeah, let's diversify how our dancers look and find dancers of varying body types who are wonderful dancers and start to employ them and allow them to have these opportunities. So, in closing, I don't know, this is a topic that will always come up. So if you experience this firsthand and you need individualized attention or you want some personal feedback, definitely feel free to reach out. But just know that a lot of dancers have gotten this advice, and I guarantee that some have not listened to it because they knew it was not the right answer, or they knew that that was not the real problem. The other thing that can happen is that you put too much weight in that person's advice, and then it has the potential to have serious negative consequences on your body and your dancing for the long term. So if you start to undereat or restrict your food, or start to restrict your calories, and you get to a place where you're not giving your body what it needs for the amount of dancing that you're doing, that's when you are going to suffer from unnecessary stress fractures and recurring injuries. The good news is dancers can see changes in their bodies without going to extremes. However, we oftentimes feel this pressure that if I don't make the change right away, if I don't shift the way that I'm eating right now, if I don't lose 10 pounds in a week, very extreme mindsets come up, very extreme thoughts come up. And we think to ourselves, if I don't do all of these things right away, I'm going to lose the job. I'm not going to get a new one. I won't be at my best in auditions. Other artistic directors are not going to look at me seriously. We have all of these very serious thoughts that come up in our heads. And it makes us feel that if we don't make it happen right away, we're going to be ruined. But please don't forget, if you try to make it happen too quickly, if you try to lose weight in a month, 20 pounds in a month, if you try to lose, even 5 or 10 pounds in a month by restricting or taking your food choices to unnecessary and unhealthy extremes, it will have much bigger consequences on your body and your dancing for the long term. I hope that this helped. If someone has told you to lose weight and you want to share that with me, just because it can be very useful to share with somebody about that, feel free to reach out by email. My email is jess@thewholedancer.com. If you're not yet on the Whole Dancer email list, grab my cheat sheet, 50 tips to get back in dancing shape. It's going to give you 50 healthy tips to start to move you in the right direction with your body, and it's going to support you in your dancing at the same time. I will link to that below. It's also just thewholedancer.com/tips if you want to catch it yourself. Thank you so much again for tuning in here. All my best to you and your dancing.